Imagine a Petco in your district. You all have one, I checked. Now imagine my cat and dog warriors in front of that Petco discussing your vote on animal service budget. Visualize us at dog parks and adoption fairs talking about your vote. Many of us are very used to standing on curbs protecting public good. We got grassroots down and we're getting more of our animal.
Hello, I'm a community organizer with DTLA Proud, a local nonprofit organization. And as I represent oppressed communities, I would greatly appreciate your attention instead of multitasking during public comment. I'm here to advocate against cutting the only city staff role dedicated to serving our community or services from its government. Carla Ivana's position as the LGBTQI community liaison and lead staff to the Transgender Advisory Council was created to ensure representation and that queer and trans Angelinos have a voice in this government.
They're not gonna call my name. All good.
Paula Mendiola, Jane, Lori Collier, Melanie Ferrer-Vaughn, Christy Ames, Ricia Gutierrez, Angel Rading, Minda, you can line up over on the side. You don't have to line up in order, just come on up. And then for folks who have already spoken, if you're willing to leave the room to make room for more folks to come in, we have a overflowing public works boardroom and people waiting still to be let in. Thank you, please go ahead.
I noticed that, my doctor didn't refill my prescription, so the corruption is going on far beyond any courtroom or any council meeting. Not refilling my prescription, like a dog can't refill their prescription. I would even call the police on me for no reason. Any lawyers want to say anything about that? I guess not. Ooh, that's crazy. Man, that's ridiculous, honestly. That is a shame. That is the real shame. That could wachidan tonight or shoymach and in. Allah manen kain. Shame Allah. Shame Allah. Okay? That's a lot of resources to do. You saw the lawyers come up and tell them not to let me speak. You saw the LAPD really right there and observing it all. You saw that they gave me an opportunity just a little bit, but not exceeding to a certain extent because they want to make sure that criminals are protected and LAPD is protected. Shame Allah khoyen. Shame Allah khoyen. Insane. That is insane. I don't care what anybody has to say. That is insane. So, there you go. Back to, Soul Housing. Back to my cage. Don't worry, I'll be at Soul Housing in a bit. And, those LAPD, those trans, those, prostitutes and child prostitutes and anybody else, they're all going away and they're laughing all the way to the bank. Laughing all the way to the bank. They are laughing all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. I don't care what anybody has to say. Absolutely laughing. Laughing. And you heard those trans that freaking, made fun of me. They're like, oh yeah, you owe money to cartel and everything. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. And even if it's not any kind of, lawyers or anything, it would be, your friends over there. Your friends over there. Definitely your friends on the phone illegally spying on me over there. 100% over there. 100% over there. Anyway, it was good to just, serve my right to freely speak and, everybody else is, fairly embarrassed. I'm not. Wow. I should have known, you know, as soon as, you know, those few lures came up and things like that. No, appreciate you. Thank you. This, you got, yeah. Oh, I gotta go this way. Should have been like, there's no reason to raise your voice. Yeah, no reason to raise your voice, okay? Thank you. Like, there's no reason to raise your voice. There's not even a protest out here. They're all gone. Do you know what that feels like? When they have to get everybody out here, okay? Everybody out here, and they don't want to call my name to speak. You know how that feels? Do you know? I might have had a chance to speak, but the thing is that I got to get back to Seoul Housing by 10 o'clock. So I don't even have time, even if I wanted to go. You know what that feels like? I'm like, you don't know what that feels like. Do you know what it feels like to come and the first thing, because they're coaching them and they're really telling them how to operate covertly, when I arrive, because you saw even right next door, right, when they had that rally with Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, okay, and they're really coaching them, they're staying silent for some reason. As soon as I come in and I start documenting that, that's right. That's right. Maybe if I would have stayed there longer, I would have had a chance to speak. But I was like, you know what? There's no point. Because like I would have had a chance to speak, you know, at my own home, or protest at my own home, or even out in public, I would be detained by LAPD. And even then, they probably would have detained me just for freely speaking in there. So I'm like, I'm out. Told that LAPD, I was like, there's no need to raise your voice. And they did not want to touch me. They did not want to, they wanted to freaking barely move and edge up. But I'm like, nope, LAPD, one day you will get a lawsuit. I don't have to be alive, okay? It could be 100 years from now. And you will face a lawsuit. You will face a lawsuit, and one autistic person will be able to stand up to you. One day. One day. Just one day. Maybe not now, maybe not ever, but one day. That is a shame. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if it was the best of the best, black or especially non-Caucasian to Caucasian, but I just, you know, really had to just get my paper and, you know, just accept that they probably don't want me to speak because I have autism. There you go, Los Angeles. Looking very good as always, whether you deserve it or not. Just like an autistic person, and just like those who would be, you know, fighting for animal rights, but like a whistle or coaching, they might say a little bit of provocative things, you know, with my dog being taken away or me being treated like a literal animal, you know, having autism and everything. Spay, neuter, as soon as I, you know, come up, I'm like, that's right. They want to spay and neuter an autistic person. Really, just like that. So, yeah. LAUSD, Metro, Los Angeles, LAPD. What do you have to think about that? You got anything to say about that? Any kind of social workers, care court? No, nothing to say. Department of Healthcare Services, Mental Health Services? No, I wouldn't want to talk to them anyway. Nope, definitely would not want to talk to them. Definitely would not want to talk to them. Definitely would not want to accept their housing resources. Nope. Because you know who they're going to put me next to. You know exactly who they're going to put me next to. So I'm like, all right, I'm out. I am out. I'm not staying there anymore. They're not going to let me speak, so I'm out. And even if I would have spoke, time would have ran out, and I got to get to Seoul Housing on time, so I could be so broken right now. I could be like, man, this sucks. My life sucks. Having autism, I could be crying right now. Especially because I had my dog taken away. But I'm like, nope. Los Angeles, they really do a lot to, you know, spy on me and everything. So, you know, from the trans to the men, or, you know, the children that get prostituted, or, you know, the animal services that want to coach and dog whistle. Well, that's just it.